Hey, hey, hey. Hello, beautiful souls. Alright, I'm driving. This is going to be the last chance for me to be alone for a while, so I figured I would come on here and talk a little bit about the things that have been coming in. Today is a blue moon, right? The full sturgeon moon in Aquarius. And, holy emotionality, Batman. I mean, so emotional. And a lot of things are coming in, mainly there's so many illusions here right now. And it goes for, what's interesting is what's been coming in today is that many of us are infiltrated, even if we don't fully realize it. Whether we're infiltrated by media, through our adoration and what do you call it? Worship of like actors and celebrities of all sorts, that we are becoming infiltrated just by that fact alone. And so we are needing to clear our fields. What came in yesterday through a friend of mine is that we are actually, when we do worship these celebrities, we are taking on every single entity that is actually involved with them as well, including whoever's paying them to do whatever, whether that be movies or, if they, there's all kinds of actors or musicians that are putting their faces out there for different reasons, but there's a lot of stuff that's attached to them. Anyway, and so there is that's happening, and some would say that is the I forget the word. Negative alien agenda. Reptilians, having to do with the cabal, having to do with all of these things I probably shouldn't be saying anymore. Control, Alt, Delete. Hello. Because I know I've been on the radar. And so have my friends. And so, if you do energy work, consider checking your field and make sure you don't have an attachment. Make sure that you're not being surveilled, was what came in for me, is that I've been under surveillance. And anyway, I won't share my friends' stories, but it's like there are attachments that we aren't aware of. And they are influencing us in ways that we don't fully understand until we are aware that they are there, and then can work from that point on. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it, which is kind of interesting, has been, I have a hard time with the whole angelic ideology. Maybe, even though I embody a lot of angelic energy as a source being, when you play with those angelic energies, you are playing with the polarization of that. And so, you're playing with angels, and you're going to be attracting demon energy, whether you say you believe it or not. It doesn't matter. So a lot of that is happening. And what came in today through a friend of mine, and we were doing we just sit around and talk and start channeling, and it's amazing. But today what came in is that the angelics actually don't want things to change here. They're not really invested in turning everything over to that other negative alien agenda that I was talking about. However, they don't want full sovereignty and ascension. Because as soon as we are sovereign, we do not require their help. We stop playing in the game. And what we understand is that once we stop playing in the game actually, once we fully see what this game is, which is ascension, enlightenment, it stops. And so right now, with the way the collective is and everybody is shifting, it's like almost this worry that things are going to shift too much and then this playground will disappear. I know. Sounds crazy. And guess what? Full body chills in validation, confirmation for me. And so there are many things like that at play here right now. Many energies are trying to win out. And I usually don't play this game, but I was shocked when that came in today. I was like, whoa, Nelly. That is not my usual thought form process. And to have it be full body confirmation at the same time that it was coming in was like, oh, keep this simmering. And the other thing is just be careful who you're aligning with. Remember, everything is divine. Whether it is good, as I say that, right? Good or bad or happy or sad or woo-woo, right? There is no such thing. It's all divinity. It's all being played out. You just call in whatever it is that you focus on. But happiness and joy and love, unconditional love, okay? Or conditional love, I should say, are divine. All of it is. So careful with judgment. Okay, judgment is pigeonholing us in our consciousness. We are not expanding if we are thinking that one thing is good and another is bad. And I mean, you can choose to entertain something or not. That's fine. But the judgment piece is the piece that is keeping us vibrating lower than what, I don't know, but that's what's coming in. It's keeping us in lower density, was just what I heard. Lower density in heaviness, when many of us prefer the feeling of light. However, that was one of the things that came in the other day, is that we actually, many of us came here to experience this pain and suffering. And so if you shift in your head and think, okay, if I came here to experience pain and suffering, how successful has my life been? And the other part of that, from what I'm understanding right now with the way that the messages are coming in, is that you have done what you set out here to do. I have. And that I can shift it now. I was focused on coming in here for pain and suffering. I do not have to do that anymore. And I will have pain again. That's just part of the human condition. I will have pain again. But the suffering part is a completely different deal, that it requires a certain mindset to be in suffering. if you had, imagine you came here to experience pain and suffering, and you have done that. I mean, many of us have been in a very, very dark time. I mean, this has been the Dark Ages. Truly, as we look back in history, this will be. I know there is another time period in humanity that was considered the Dark Ages. This is going to be that. Especially in regards to the fear and the desire for groups to control all of humanity. You guys will see. It's already coming down. I don't need to be psychic to tell you that. Anyway, so that is what is coming in. And for this full moon, many of you guys will see this after the full moon, which is fine because this energy is going to be here for a little while. We are becoming more emotional, which is hilarious since it's in Aquarius. But anyway, and many Aquarius's archetypal programming is not really to feel, at least in my experience. But you know, things are coming up. We are letting ourselves feel, and this is happening more and more and more. Not just among awakened people, but people are awakening to this idea that they have feelings and that they have not been doing that, but that they might be in their best and highest good to tap into their feelings and to pay attention. Pay attention to the indicators. Anyway, so yes, a time period of releasing, especially emotionally. A time period of releasing false beliefs and false and different thought forms. Especially beliefs about ourselves with this full moon. But then also, you know, the idea that we are manifesting more quickly than we ever have. And so all the releasing and the manifesting at the same time. So yes, focus on what you need to release, but also focus on what you want to. Right? Visioning, vision board, all of that. Great idea right now. Call in exactly what you want. If you find yourself focusing on what you don't want, guess what? That's what you're going to get. You're going to get what you don't want. Yeah, so anyway, that's a lot. And that is all like fresh information coming right off the presses as of today, with some very deep conversations I've had with some friends, some deep work sessions of clearing different portals that I'm discovering have been created to have access. So check your energy fields. Make sure that you're pure. Make sure you don't have any weird attachments that you don't know about. Right? You can cleanse yourself using sage, although that feels like it's not exactly strong enough for what it is I'm talking about. Right? Palo Santo, some Taoist temple incense to get rid of entities. That's what I've been using. But yeah, like a moth to the flame, that's what's been happening. And those of us with our light turned up way bright, man, we are being infiltrated. Well, at least attempted infiltration. And in ways that aren't usual. So it's important to be really sure what you're paying attention to right now. And like I said, the whole thing about the celebrities, musicians, actor, whatever, doesn't matter. Be careful who you're paying attention to, who you are worshiping, all of that. Yeah. anyway, so it's been a very interesting couple of days. Right? Had a nice birthday celebration yesterday with my soul brother, John, and Joshua, and I had a whole bunch of people that canceled at the last minute for coming to my party, which I find fascinating. I had a couple friends come, but more did not come, and more did not come at the last minute. So I'm sure everybody that was supposed to be there was there in divine time and in divine purpose and divine orchestration. So it's like, all right, it's all good. We had fun. We had a sound bath, kind of drum music circle, and it was amazing. Anyway, so there's that. That's a lot. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comments. I love you guys. Happy blue moon. Happy blue moon. Sturgeon moon in Aquarius. This is a powerful time to be here. Lots of shifting. Let go of your attachment to things. Be ready to pivot. Seriously. Love you guys.